I want to welcome everyone to The Beat. I'm Ari Melber. We begin with this breaking news. President Trump issuing a full pardon to his former National Security Advisor, Michael Flynn, one of the highest-ranking Trump officials to plead guilty to a crime in the Russia probe. You may recall, Flynn admitted to lying to the feds. He also initially cooperated with the Mueller investigation, then later tried to take back his guilty plea. Donald Trump announcing this controversial move on Twitter late today. A White House statement released in just the past few minutes falsely asserts that Mike Flynn should be spared because his prosecution was, quote, part of a plot to block Trump from assuming the office upon his election, to remove Trump from office after his inauguration, and to undermine his administration. That's false. In fact, Mike Flynn himself pled guilty. The prosecution was famously overseen by Donald Trump's own Deputy Attorney General, and it was conducted by Bob Mueller, respected for his independence and, if you're getting into politics, a lifelong Republican. But this news tonight is significant for several reasons. First, this is Donald Trump's first major executive action since losing the election. Few expect it to be his last. We're in a different stage now. Second, open questions here about Donald Trump's use or abuse of his power, pardon, commutation, or otherwise, in these legal cases. And that involves many that are still out there, like Steve Bannon, his deputy campaign manager, and a host of family members. More on that, including this New York Times reporting later in this program tonight. Third, let's be clear about what's going on. Donald Trump's leaning into his lame duck powers to continue to attack his perceived opponents within the executive branch, within the DOJ, within parts of the government that Joe Biden's administration will soon inherit. The unusual statement I just quoted to you, it literally admits that the president does not really view this as being about Flynn. Rather, he views it as being, of course, about himself and investigations into the Trump administration that he didn't like. Now, fourth, this is very important. And if you end up discussing this at Thanksgiving holiday with people, friends, family, regardless of their politics, or maybe on Zoom, you need to know this tonight. As a legal matter, accepting this pardon confers guilt. Flynn infamously wanted a do-over. He wanted to take back his guilty plea. But Trump is now basically giving him a legal process that confers guilt. We have more on that tonight as well. It's a bit of an interesting concept, but the bottom line is the guy who pled guilty and then said he wasn't guilty is now guilty again tonight. This matters. Fifth, tonight's Thanksgiving pardon draws attention to the criminality around this president as he prepares to leave office after this tumultuous 4 years. The only reason so many pardons for aides are possible is that so many aides and advisors are convicted felons or awaiting trial. Trump breaking a record for that in his single term. Is the White House girding for more tonight or soon? We've got answers. NBC News' Carol Lee tracking all of that. She joins us right outside the White House in tonight's program. And based on the available evidence, I also need you to know the facts. Whether it sounds positive or not, this new pardon by President Trump, based on the available evidence, is legal. The president, under our Constitution, whether you like it or not, has broad legal authority to grant these kind of pardons, even where he has a personal link or a conflict of interest. But is this pardon right now, with what America's going through and what the DOJ has to do in January, is it a good idea? Is it fair? Is it a larger effort to discredit important independent investigations that found, as I just showed you, so much illegality around this man, Donald Trump, in his campaign, from the campaign chair to the deputy campaign manager, and in his White House with the person running national security of the United States? These questions aren't over. They are pressing tonight as this new pardon comes in, because this is not a scandal based solely on what Donald Trump is doing tonight. Think about it, America. This is a scandal that actually cuts to the heart of what we lived through, to that rocky single term in office with so much lying documented, so much crime documented, and that clash in the Russia probe documented that consumed years of this presidency, with Donald Trump reminding everyone heading into Thanksgiving, no matter who you voted for, pardons are for criminals.
Hey, I'm Ari Melber from MSNBC. You can see more of our videos right here, or better yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel below. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.